What is going on, YouTube? This is Death Penguin here. We're here for another Fallout 4 video. It has been quite a while. Had a lot transpire in the last month, so it's been hard to make videos. But in the last one, we built the teleporter to the Institute. We were going to hijack the signal, but I voted no just because time frame wise, we were already at like 25-30 minutes. And that's a whole other thing, so we're going to do it now.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end.
We're going to go to the Institute.
Ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Just get on the platform. I'll do the rest. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. By the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Sick.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
We at the
I'd
Institute.
like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Shaun?
Huh? Yes, I'm Shaun.
Shaun? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Shaun.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad.
What's
Yes.
going on?
It's me.
Father?
Your dad.
Father!
I'm here, Shaun.
I don't know you.
It'll be
Go
okay,
away.
Shaun.
Father.
I'm here now.
Father, help me! me!
Please, Shaun. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Shaun. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating.
Oh, you
but
shut my son
disappointing.
down. What the hell?
The child's responses were not
I know
at
it's
all
not
what
really
I
your kid, but
anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Shaun.
Just... help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Shaun. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity, and the goal of perfection. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every... I am their father. Through science...
Shaun. It's really you.
It really is. I know you
We even have the
must
same
have
eye color.
questions. Please. Anything I can do to help.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg.
He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd...
After what I've seen, I pity the man. He was as much a victim as anything.
After what he did to you. But yes, I understand you've experienced it. I, for one, will never truly forgive him. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say? The world. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and... What else can I say?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility. The Institute.
It doesn't matter what they think.
I'm glad we... Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. I've been a part of something amazing here. And now, after all these years, you have...
I mean, the kidnapping people probably isn't the best, but...
Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't
What are you gonna
that
do?
what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything, there is much to be done. You'll need time.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems.
Sure.
Alright, see you. Oh, probably should just went to the other door.
Almost done.
Alright, so we're gonna meet the division heads.
Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
Doc.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh,
It's
I
an
don't
honor
know.
to
They
have
weren't
you here,
kidding.
sir.
most of them have
You really
lasted
are
long
here.
past their
Well,
projected
all right.
lifespans.
I'm Al.
If you ask me,
Al. When Father
They were
told us
built pretty
about
well.
you, I could hardly believe it. If you don't mind my asking, what?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're... Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it... There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratory. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other...
Sure.
So, now that you're here and you've spoken to...
I'm not on board with anything.
No? And yet here you are, poking around. If you're not planning on staying, I'd recommend keeping your hands to yourself. And consider having another talk with Shaun. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facility...
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war. Over time, it's a process that's still going on today. Just think what this place will look like 100 years. I can't argue with that. Even so.
I mean, I didn't sign up to be an institute person yet. I mean, I might have told Shaun. I think I accidentally did tell Shaun that I'm...
You know the protocol,
That was an accident.
sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo, sir.
I haven't made my decision yet. Still debating on if I'm gonna go full full
You're here.
Minutemen ending, or if I'm gonna, I don't know. I like the Minutemen ending because it keeps the most people alive, like,
Please don't.
because like all the other factions can stick around afterwards.
Hi, Doc.
All the other
So.
departments.
The only faction that you like
Fineo, acting director of
that
the
you
Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be
can't
upfront.
keep around is the
We're
Institute.
going to be keeping
And
a
the only way
close
you can
eye
keep
on
the
you.
Institute around is if you
Despite your
do the
relation
Institute
to
ending,
Father,
but then you kill all
you're a
other
bit of an
factions
unknown
except for the
quantity.
Minutemen.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
Oh, it's nothing personal.
Sure.
Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a...
I mean, I don't really care about the Brotherhood.
Synth Retention Bureau. Our
So I've never
primary
really
responsibility
messed with them,
is
pretty
the
much.
recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among...
I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated Institute technology to fall into the wrong hands. The results could be disastrous. Our main instrument is the Courser. A third-generation... Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Very well.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
No visible reaction to the K-14.
Yeah, we gotta go meet all these people, because if we don't, you can't really leave the Institute. They don't give you, like, the access thing you need in order to leave the Institute until you've met all the faculty heads.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye. We'll figure out how to get that door open in a minute. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Because we also got to get that cure for Virgil. We did tell him that once we got into the Institute, we'd find that cure to turn him back into a human.
Is it true food supply?
I don't yet know what I want to do. Like, I don't know if I want to do Minutemen or if I want to stick with the Institute. What the fuck is that noise? Those gorillas?
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results. So you were there the day the bombs fell. That must have been terrifying.
Bro, you have fake gorillas in this cage. What's going on with that? Let's talk about that. Fuck the bombs, dog. What the hell?
Try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past.
Excuse me,
Still
Doctor.
people,
Welcome.
And they're suffering. So good to have you here. We can
Dr.
Yeah, fuck your current conversation. Talk to me.
After all, I can't wait for you to see the work we're
Bro,
doing.
can you shut up? I'm trying to talk to
Truly
Clayton.
amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in... Our most important directive is to ensure... To that end, we've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is.
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Please
Interesting.
resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
Ooh. Ew. Ooh, definitely get gun nut. We gotta get armor afterwards. So I can kind of make my decision now. It's like I can stick around inside the Institute and start doing their missions, or I can just immediately go back to Sturgis. Give them the holotape, basically. Proceed with that. We are going to give the holotape back to Sturgis, at least right now, because...
Know what? Since we talked, I'm feeling
nice little
swell.
setup.
Look
Mind
at
one of
two
these
us
at the agency.
here
Ooh.
in Sanctuary. Prepared for the future.
Oh, that makes sense, because it's technically a... like an energy weapon of sorts.
I should have done more. I hope those raiders pay for what they've done.
I don't really have a lot of regular ass weapons.
Place is really coming together, huh? I can't take all the credit.
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start.
The Institute isn't our enemy, remember.
I know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Just in case they decide the Commonwealth isn't big enough for the both of us. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted.
Uh-huh.
After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got.
Cool.
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
Oh, cool. Nick is with me. Alright, awesome. I was worried about that. I didn't know if he was going to be... Well, he'd be here either way, so... We're gonna just store these. All this stuff I'll just scrap. Because I can... Because I can go to and from the Institute at will now, so I don't really need to... I don't really need to, like, keep all that stuff. So, I mean, I can continue to do Institute questline stuff. Or... So I think you actually have to do the Institute quests. We're going to do a sidetrack, and we're going to start the... we're going to go do some railroad quests. We're going to go do the
You can fix just
Deacon's
about anything.
quest. Just because I really like that pistol you get.
Just gotta have the right tools.
Where is this quest? I do think we're going to end this one here. I know it wasn't super eventful. But I had to get through that whole, you know, joining the going into the Institute for the first time and all that. I will be uploading regularly again. Things have kind of stabled out, so I want to get back on here and start making more content. Still on this mailbox. I'm definitely going to be making more Fallout 4 videos, some more Skyrim ones. And then we're definitely going to jump back into the Starfield questline as well. Kind of took a divot on Starfield a little bit, and I want to get back into that. Definitely record more. We did beat Chooksy. And then the Mortuary Assistant, I didn't play the game correctly. I've realized now that I did not play that game correctly at all. And it is definitely something I want to... We're definitely going to revisit that, and I'm going to play that game like the way you're supposed to play that. There's a lot more involved in that game that I didn't really explore, so we're definitely going to get back into that. In other news as well, there's also possibly going to be some new Phasmophobia content coming out. Me and my cousin have been playing that recently. Now that I finally have someone to play with, it's a little bit more enjoyable to actually play the game. So, I'm looking forward. I want to post some content of that as well as I do have Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So, if you guys are interested in seeing content of that, let me know what you want to see, because I don't know if you... I don't play online personally, just because online is basically trash right now in that game. Just with current balancing and how people play it, and there's a bunch of sweats that main like the same handful of characters, and I'm not doing all that. But I do the story mode, and I sometimes play with my friends and all that. So if that's something you guys want to see, let me know. Aside from that, definitely going to be some Phasmophobia content. I have a video recorded from Phasmophobia that I was going to kind of break apart and make clips of, but I'm just not sure what I'm going to use and what I'm not yet, if I'm even going to use that particular video. But as always, if you guys like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace!